Welcome to Living the Empowered Life podcast, where we discuss all things empowering, encouraging and inspiring. My name is Yvonne Ellis. I'm an empowerment speaker, author, coach, trainer and founder of Yumi Empowerment, a company that facilitates the empowerment of people. I help people to make positive life change, live in their purpose and develop into their best version of self. I share stories, interviews, spiritual encouragement and actionable tips to empower, encourage and inspire you to live the life you want. So if you want to live the empowered life, join me each week on my podcast so we can take the journey together. Hello Empowered Lifers, welcome to episode 52 of Living the Empowered Life podcast. I hope that you are all doing well. Down here in South London, it's been raining all weekend and the weather has just been a bit terrible this week. But can't complain because, rain is a sign of blessing in the Bible. Rain is a sign of abundance. I know in a lot of other countries they don't get a lot of rain, even though it's an inconvenience. You still have to be thankful for rain because it waters the plants and all kinds of different things with nature. But it is raining down here in South London, but still the podcast must go on. And today I want to talk to you about something quite important that's needed right now in the world. But before that, don't forget, if you haven't already, to subscribe to the podcast on Apple Podcasts, Spotify and Stitcher. Hit the follow or subscribe button so you don't miss the bi-weekly episodes. And if you know anybody that needs a dose of living the empowered life, please share this podcast with your friends, neighbours, acquaintances, colleagues, business associates, whoever it is. Do share this podcast and help others to live an empowered life as well. So I've got a couple of things to share with you this week. First of all, I am planning on hosting a vision board party, an online hosting of a vision board party in January. For those of you who don't know what a vision board party is, basically it's where we all get together and think about our goals for 2023, and then we have cards, magazines, pictures, words, and then we put down our goals in visual forms. Now, I am doing this online event for free. It will be for an hour and a half. And basically, anybody can come along and there will be limited spaces like my last pep talk event, because what I really want to do is to give everybody a quality group, a quality time in the group where we can just get really, really focused. And I think that when the group is too big, it can kind of distract from that because, there's so many people that want to talk about different things. So we try and keep the group, or I try and keep the group as small as possible. So this vision board party is only really going to be for about 12 people. And what will happen is that you register your interest, and then you will get sent a link, which will probably be via Zoom. And then on the day, in the evening, I will be there and we will do this vision board party together. What you will need is a piece of card, whatever size that you can get your hands on. Also, if you've got any old magazines and newspapers, anything like that. And also scissors and prick stick. And that's all you need. And, I really am passionate about, helping people to kind of focus and visualize for a new year, because I think when you have plans down, it helps things to go a little bit more easier in terms of your goals. And that is part of living the empowered life, knowing where we are going, what we are trying to do, the goals that we have and how we're going to reach them. And I think that vision boards really do help with that. So do look out for details of that. I will be sharing more details in due course. Also in other news, my 5th book, which is due to be released soon, I'm hoping to have released for Christmas. I remember saying on a previous podcast that it would be around Christmas or beginning of the new year, but I'm hoping to have it on track to be released for Christmas. It's proven a little bit challenging to be studying, working and doing all these things plus writing a book. But the good thing about this book is that I did have the material there. It was just about organising it and just editing it and doing all this different type of stuff. So please keep your fingers crossed that I will have this book released for you for Christmas. At worst case scenario, it will be January, but that is not the plan. So I will definitely let you know more details about that. I will say that it is a personal development book, and it is about helping people to, tap really into their potential and, to get the most out of situations, and using those situations to pivot them into a different place, a positive place, a place that empowers them. And I will share more about that book as well when the time comes. So in today's episode, I want to talk to you about encouraging yourself. And I feel that this is really, really important because there is a lot of stuff going on in the world at the moment. Every time I look at a newspaper, especially, sometimes, by chance, I happen to come across the Daily Mail, it is full of very sad news. Over in London, there is lots of different things going on that is really affecting people. We have, a huge spike in knife crime, black on black violence. There is also, as well, lots of people in need. There is a lot of homeless people. The cost of living is going up worldwide. It's shocking, actually, when you go in the supermarket to see how much things have risen. A lot of people are not going to be able to heat their house the way they would have because of this whole heating crisis as well, with gas and electricity. And there is just so much stuff going on. So, when I looked around and I saw this, I made a more conscious effort to, especially in the last few months, to focus a bit more on encouraging people. Now, this is something I try and do anyway. This is something I try and do through motivating, inspiring people. If you're not following me over on Instagram, YEME_empowerment, over there I try and share empowering, inspiring content. Also as well, I have a newsletter that I send out once a month to my subscribers. I will leave a link to that in the description box below. But I've always tried to encourage and motivate people in the things that I'm doing. I really do feel it is my calling, it is my gift that God has given me. But I've just been more kind of mindful over the last 2 or 3 months, actually, that people really do need encouragement and need to know specifically what I am sharing is to encourage them. And the response has been actually really amazing, because I have recently as well, I should have said, gone over onto TikTok. I resisted it for about 3 or 4 years, actually. And it was somebody who follows me on my YouTube channel, Living the Empowered Life. I will leave a link to that in the show notes as well. But it was somebody that followed me that said that, that I'm quite a wise woman, and that the content that I share on YouTube, I should be sharing on TikTok. She says, you will get a lot more views. And at the time, probably about, I would say, not 3 or 4 years ago, but I would say about 2 years ago. I think it was probably during 2020, during the pandemic. I think that this lady left a comment. I just remember feeling, I don't really want to go into TikTok. I don't really want to, get on that platform. But recently, lately, I have just felt that, I need to be doing that. And the response, as I said, has been amazing to the things that I've shared around encouragement, trying to encourage people in just little short videos, under a minute, some are under 3 minutes, 5 minutes. But, the response that I've got from that has shown me that people really do need encouragement in this day and age, because life at the moment, on the face of it, does look bleak. But, as I said, I've had that time where I felt like that. But, I try and keep my eyes focused on God. And, He is my hope. He's the one that I look to for encouragement. And, I try to hold on to that. But I want to share with you quickly 5 things you can do to encourage yourself. And I know how difficult it can be when others don't encourage you. Others don't cheer you on. I have talked about a little bit about encouragement in themes across my different podcast episode, but I know what it's like when you don't have people championing you and encouraging you and stuff like that. It's very, very difficult. And one of the things I've always said is that you have to try and find it from within. Try to find a way to be your own cheerleader. And I want to share with you these 5 things that I believe that anybody can apply to their life, that anybody can use to encourage themselves. The first thing I want to share with you is to surround yourself with positive influences, whether that be people, whether that be an environment. Try and find a way to encourage yourself with positive influences. You will be really surprised at how hopeful you will feel, how encouraged you will feel when you do that. That's one of the things I've always continued to do, go to places where I feel hopeful, where I feel encouraged, that inspire me, that motivate me. You should try and put yourself in places or around people that bring out this in you. When you surround yourself with negativity, or you're in a negative environment or around negative people, it is very hard to feel encouraged. It is actually something that I always say, one of the things, if you want to live an empowered life, you should avoid. The second thing I want to share with you is to believe that you can and believe that you will. Now, again, this is boiling right back down to being your own cheerleader. Believe in yourself even when others don't believe in you. Believe in the things that you want to do. Believe in your skills and ability. And also, as well, I would say to you is bring that to God. God believes in you. God will help you to believe in yourself. I've never always been like this. For many years, I didn't believe in myself. I didn't believe that I could be the woman that I am today. But it's through prayer, it's through God, it's through discovering my purpose, it's through tapping into my skills, talents, and abilities, and making use of my experiences that has helped me to believe that actually I can and will make it. It doesn't matter if others don't believe in you. It would be nice if they did. It would be nice if they encouraged you. But more often than not, people who are not trying to do things that are going to better themselves, or are in a space where they even want to do that, it's very rare for them to champion other people. It's very, very rare. But you have to believe in yourself even when others don't. And you have to just continue to focus. Don't take on board anybody's negative words or what they say or anything like that. But, just continue to believe in yourself. Write down all the things that you want to do and believe that you can do it. It may take time to do it. It may not come in the way that you had hoped, the route to get there. But believe that you can do it and you will do it. Keep telling yourself that. And that is what's going to help you on your journey to encouraging yourself. And the next thing I want to share with you, and I've shared with you on a separate podcast, is to celebrate your small wins and achievements. What a way to encourage yourself. When you've achieved that thing that you didn't think that you would achieve, when you've achieved that thing that everybody said was impossible, do you know what that is like? You can look back and say to yourself, I did it. When nobody thought I could do it, when I didn't think I would do it, when I wanted to quit, and I did it. You know how much of an encouragement, a positive encouragement force that is in someone's life, how it will be in your life. This is why I've always said journaling is important. Writing down those moments of victory, how it felt, what you did to celebrate, because there are going to be many times in life, and I have found this, where things haven't gone right, where times are really, really tough, and it can feel like that hope has gone, or feel like, things will never get better. And when you can look back and look back on your achievements, the things that you've done, it's like fuel for the soul. It encourages you. You can look back and say, yeah, that was really, really difficult. I didn't think I could do that, but I did it. And whatever situation you are in at that time, it will help you to push on. So celebrate those small wins. I'm all for that. Everything I do that I achieve, I go out and celebrate. Whether that's taking myself to a nice 5-star afternoon tea, or going to a lovely art exhibition, book fair, whatever, taking myself somewhere off to a fancy place, maybe for coffee and a nice cake. It doesn't even have to cost much. You can even have a luxurious bath, whatever you want to do. As long as you're celebrating the thing that you have achieved. It's wonderful for the times when you don't feel encouraged. So do try and engage in that and do that regularly. So the last thing I want to quickly share with you is to find peace in the knowledge that you try. Encourage yourself in the fact that you try to do something about whatever it is you're trying to achieve. You may not have got it perfect. You may not have got it right. It may not have turned out the way that you wanted it to, but you should be encouraged that you tried. Sometimes people have a lot of regrets because they never tried anything. At least if you've tried, you should feel encouraged that, you did give it a go. It's very different to when people are lazy, they don't even try, they're always making excuses. That's completely different. But the fact that you've tried, be encouraged in that and continue to try. Let that be your motivator. Let that be your encourager to continue to try to do things. And it doesn't matter what anybody else said. It doesn't matter if it didn't live up to anybody else's expectations of what they thought. It's about what you did and how you did it, and how maybe you were in a really hard place mentally and you tried. Continue to encourage yourself in these things. And the most important thing I want to share with you about encouraging yourself that has helped me immensely that has been key to the woman I am today, which has helped me to live the empowered life, is to encourage yourself in the Lord. When you are feeling in distress or despair, when you are feeling discouraged, Jeremiah 33:3 in the New King James Version says, "Call to me, and I will answer you, and show you great and mighty things which you do not know." Psalm 138:3 says, "As soon as I pray, you answer me. You encourage me by giving me your strength." It doesn't matter why or how you got to where you are. God welcomes anyone looking for help. God will encourage you. God will help you in your time of need. Turn to him, talk to him, and he will open the eyes of your heart. Through his Son, Jesus Christ, he will show you the way, the truth, and the life. Through him there is all power, and he will encourage you. He will motivate you. He will give you purpose, all the things that you need in your life. And even in the times, like I mentioned, when you look around and see that life just feels like a little bit lost, where you feel a little bit discouraged, he will encourage you. So that is it for this episode. Thank you for joining me. I really hope that you have found this episode to be something of value to you. And I would like to hear from you how you are encouraging yourself each and every day. As usual, I will do the post notification on my Instagram account, Facebook and Twitter, and I would love to hear from you. How are you encouraging yourself each and every day? How are you encouraging yourself to not give up on your hopes and dreams? How are you encouraging yourself in a world that just seems to be going from bad to worse? I would love to know. Maybe the things that you share will encourage others to try them as well. So that is it for this episode. Until the next one, take care.